Hey folks, good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Give me a 5 by 5. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. So this is our first day of 3-day workshop 2024. Officially, we are yet to do the first day. Okay? So our first day is going to be on 16th May, and today we are going to be going over what we are going to be covering on 16th May, and our next workshop that's going to be on. So I'm just giving you the date for upcoming. We are going to be doing 5 work days, five live streams. So today we are just going to be going over the basics that I'm going to be covering on first day, the second day, the third day. So just giving you the syllabus today, right? So I'm not going getting into rush, to complete the whole series in a 1 day or 2 day. No, I'm gonna be going slow with you. There's so much that I'm gonna cover. Of course, I'm gonna deliver more than what you paid for. There's so many topics that we'll go through. So I'm just gonna wait 10 more minutes. I can see that we have 46 people. I'm just gonna let others to join, and we'll start. Okay, guys. Okay, folks, so we're gonna be starting now. So our 3-day workshop, again, I told you guys, it's not gonna be limited to 3-day and 3 live session. It's not gonna be limited to these 3 days. We'll be doing more than that because it's not possible to cover all this stuff in 3 days. So first day, that's yet to happen. It's gonna be happening on 16th May. First day, we'll be covering 2 topics from here: advanced lecture on order block and the sixth point that you see here, time plus bias. So on order block, I'm just going to give you guys a glimpse on order block that I'm going to teach. Very simple. It's always been in front of your eyes, but I'm just going to introduce to you a couple of rules that I found with order block goes very well. Like I have rules with macro, right? Most of my viewers here, you already are familiar with how I trade. So that's how I'm going to be sharing it. In order block, you guys will get basically two models, order block profile 1 and order block profile 2. I'm going to be teaching you guys two other profiles. So in total, you're getting 4. 2 of them are high probability. They work often. Statistically, they are very nice, right? They provide good reaction. And 2 other that get generated on lower time frame. So there are a couple of order blocks that I'm going to go through, which are high probability on higher time frame, and some of them are low probability on lower time frame. So 4 profiles for order block. We'll be covering it on 16th May. There's another topic, lecture on time plus bias. So for the first time, I'm going to be teaching you guys the macros on higher time frame. So first day will be for order block and macro. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how to decide bias on 50-minute chart, hourly chart, with time. I'm going to be sharing 2 specific times, nothing random, just like we have fixed times in macro, right? Price gets inside macro and we start to expect some kind of reaction from price. So this is the same thing here. Price will be getting inside the time, and then you will see if there's those signature on, like, suppose 15-minute or 60-minute time frame happening inside this specific time. So if that signature repeats, then you know, okay, very likely the next signature will repeat. So I'm just going to be like showing you guys my experience, what I found from my experience for 4 years of experience that made me profitable, and how, first of all, I conquered the fear of knowing the bias. How am I always correct? Or whenever I'm not correct, how am I still making the money with a wrong bias, right? How do I do it? So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys for the first time. Time plus bias is not out there. So there goes our day 1. Very likely it's going to be a lecture for 3 to 4 hours. And not, first of all, none of these lectures are going to be covering any backtesting session in the day when I'm going to be delivering the lecture. So day 1 is completely going to be for the lecture. So there's not going to be me showing you like, okay, this is where we're going to be backtesting. This is how you can spot it on real time from real chart. That's what I will do at the end of backtest, at the end of our 3-day workshop. So that way you guys will have like a complete, right, complete footpath. And then I'm going to be showing you guys, okay, this is the steps that you're going to be taking and following it when you are looking at live chart, right, through backtesting session. So there goes our day 1, right? Very good. Then we'll be doing a day 2. Which day do you guys think is good? Our next the workshop is gonna be on 16th, right? So day 1 on 16th. I think if you're doing like day 2 on inside like weekdays, how about you do it on Tuesday? Sounds good. 21st May. So there goes our day 2. Again, we can adjust it. So asking you guys, this time I kept my group really, really small. So I didn't took more than 100 people, as you guys can see. Limited this time the sits, only 100 people. And the reason is I want to train you guys like more than 3 days. And it's not possible when you have like last time I had a group of 500 people, right? So it's impossible kind of like knowing more than what 10 people are learnings basically. So that's why this time I kept it really small, only 100 people, and that's it. So 21 sounds good, right? 21 we have a trading day, so we're going to be covering at PM session. Again, those who cannot attend the PM session, it's totally fine, it's going to be recorded, right? So 21th, we can do it on 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How does that sound? Are we good with the time? If majority are good, now I cannot do it on at AM session because at AM we have trading, right? We have a stream. Then our next stream, I'm gonna be keeping both of them together. So our first one is happening on 16th, second one is happening on 21st, and third one is gonna be very important. Okay, in second one, I already talked what I'm gonna be sharing on the first one, order block and time. Second one, very very important. We're gonna be going over 60 minutes how to read 60-minute time frame candles. So I'm gonna be teaching you guys one lecture, one day dedicated to only one thing, and that's gonna be power of three. Understanding how open, high, low, and close basically works, right? All of us know about it. Okay, every candle, whenever they form, they come with AMD. But do you really know how to spot it and utilize 60-minute time frames AMD with the time frame that you trade 1 minute or 3 minute chart or 5 minute chart, right? That's what I teach, to trade on 1, 3, or 5 minute chart. These are our preferred time frame that goes with our model, right? So 60-minute time frame, and I'm gonna be like not showing you everything. It's gonna be very easy. Just gonna give you a glimpse of what I'm gonna be doing. We're gonna be looking at 4 candles. I already told you, like taught you guys this concept. Again, in trading, if something is not, like if someone is not showing that to you, then it's very impossible to miss it for the whole lifetime if you're not a good student. So it's always been there, you know. In 3-day workshop, day 1, I think in day 1 or day 2, those who did that, I shared 4 candle formation. So once price like hits a fair value gap, it will react at the 3rd or at the 4th candle. Do you guys remember? So that's what we're going to be prioritizing on, looking at that 3 to 4 candles on 60-minute time frame, only one. So I'm going to be teaching you how to like react and how to predict power of 3 movement, how to basically like move with those candles of 60-minute chart. As soon as you recognize, okay, that's the manipulation, you will always have a signature in price. When price does manipulation, it will leave some signatures. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys: accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. You will be taking part in distribution with newly learned theory order block. Very simple. Just the rules are making all these things different. So really, like, you guys are paying for the rules, and that's my real experience, because some of them work, go with our model, some of them don't. So if you're like really trying to find it out on your own, it's gonna take a long time, right? So there goes our 60-minute chart. And the 3rd day, again, remember I told you guys that it's gonna be more than 3 days. So I don't think like I'll be able to cover day 2 in 1 day. So we're very likely we're gonna be doing part 1, part 2 of day 2, right? And that's very important that you understand higher time frame, folks. Okay, I already taught you guys how to look at lower time frame through my live streams. I've been streaming for like 1.5 years now. I have student from the very beginning. So far, I think it's very clear how I trade on lower time frame. And for the first time, you're gonna be seeing me doing it on higher time frame. Basically, gonna be teaching you to how to read 60-minute chart. Also, if you wanna like plan to do swing trading in future, then that's gonna be also coming as a model. Sounds good? So 60-minute time frame, you are learning how to read candles on 60-minute chart, 3 to 4 candles. I'm going to be teaching you guys when to expect those 3 to 4 candles. Remember, we say key level, right? So there's always a key level on chart where our model forms. Once price goes to those key level, that's when we expect to see our model forming on lower time frame, right? Higher time frame period, higher time frame key level, lower time frame reversal and stuff like that. So the same thing. It's gonna be very interesting. Day 3, when can we do that? So now we have a complete schedule. Day 1 on 16th, day 2 on 21st, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I'm not promising that I'm going to be completing in one day. So if we are not able to complete it in one day, we'll be doing 22 May, another session at 6 p.m. again. Only like if we are not able to finish on time on 21st. Our third session, we can do it on weekend, and we're gonna be like keeping 2 lectures on weekend. We can do one in Saturday and another one on Sunday. So the third lecture is gonna be me going over 5 complete news trading models. That's another important. Like, I cannot say this lecture is more important than that. Everything is like correlated. So if you don't understand, like if you are very new to my teaching and you haven't been through day 3 workshop 2023, that's the first one, right? I don't think like this one will be much of an effective for you, because those are the basic. So first master the basic and then come back to me, and if you did everything correctly, then you will enjoy the lectures. Not on 22, please. Okay, so we can move the date. So our third lecture is gonna be either on 22 or 23. We can also do it on Friday. That means 21st. So which one? 21st, 22, or 23? The majority, what the majority are gonna be saying, that's the date that we are choosing. So 21st, we could have a pool. Yes, we could do a pool. So 21st, 6 p.m. again, as it's a trading day. Otherwise, we could have did it at AM session, but we have a trading session. So we're busy AM session, and we're gonna be covering our lecture at PM session, right? And in 5 complete news trading profile, what are these? I'm basically gonna be teaching you guys how to trade, not trade the news, how to trade after the news, and what type of market structure, that means how price can potentially after the news deliver liquidity. And why am I like focusing on the word after the news? Because that's when the pattern is very consistent. Okay, market is not consistent with every pattern. Like from this year's experience so far, I found like inversion is more consistent compared to other profiles. So that's how like different types of profiles are important in different scenarios. So suppose this week breaker blocked work like fire. We had so many winning trades with breaker, very nice structure. But next week we're gonna be seeing, okay, price is not even respecting a breaker and going below the breaker, and then all this stuff. So it's following a different algorithm, different market profiles. So there are like 5 of them that I found after the news that repeats with such a great deal of consistency. And it's very easy to find. Either there's gonna be a fair value gap, right, and news. Either we are going straight towards buy side or sell side. Sometimes that's like the most common occurrence. We are seeing like a one stage. There are 3 types of delivery that happens on chart, folks. You guys already know it: 1 stage, 2 stage, and 3 stage. If you don't know it, then that's what I covered inside my mentorship. I would highly recommend you to go and watch 9:20 to 9:40 macro lecture inside mentorship. That's where you find me talking about 3 types of delivery in price. If it's 1 stage, that's when you will have like majority of the profiles are appearing. Sometimes we get to see like second stage. Second stage is when you have a setup appearing prior to the news, and you see it at the news, and news delivery basically follows what price presented to you prior to the news. Like suppose there's a breaker pattern that's visible just right before the news, and at the news price exactly tapped into the breaker and went towards buy side. So there goes one profile. There's gonna be one time when you will just see a fair value gap. That happens when you have like 1 stage delivery, and that's the most important signature in price. When price like just leaves a gap at news, price will usually come back to feel that news. And in how many ways price does that, that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys. Repetitive market moves that can be seen again, that can be predicted again. And on day 4, like these two are completely like aligned together. 5 complete news trading profile. There I'm going to be showing you guys basically market maker buy and sell model, right? If it's a buy, the market maker buy model. If it's a sell, market maker sell model. But on day 3, right, I'm just going to be teaching you the pattern, how to spot it on after the news, what basically can happen, going over the rules. And on day 4, we're going to be like doing our market maker X models, a complete profile, basically like how it's going to be starting, consolidation, expansion, all that good stuff. And that's going to be 3 or 4 day of workshop with all the lecture. And on day 5, we're going to be doing a backtesting session covering everything that we have learned, right? All these topics. There will be more subtopics inside these topics. So we're going to be like backtesting all of these newly learned things on. We can do it this month, or if you guys want, like we can go slow with it. So which day do you guys like for backtesting? Backtesting, I want to do it at AM session, first of all, because it's going to take some time, and I want everyone to be here. Because on lecture, you know, folks, like everything is so easy. You learn it very quickly. On lecture, everything is perfect. But as soon as you move to chart, right, if you're a beginner, everything becomes very choppy. You don't see the stuff. So backtesting session is where it will really help to understand how the pattern actually appear, right, on real market, and how can you spot all the good stuff. So that's very important. That's like the most important to me. I think live teaching on live candle is more important than any theories, basically. But do you guys want to know a fun fact? People don't like to learn from live market, rather than they like it to learn from hindsight, like recorded lecture and stuff. I don't know why, like, but as a lecturer, that's what I experienced. But I know your need, so we're gonna be keeping backtesting session for AM only. We're gonna be starting like suppose at 8 or 9, very early in the morning, so you're good and fresh. And we can do it when? We can do it on weekends, because on weekdays we are basically trading AM session. I'm trading AM session. I have a stream. So I don't think like I'll be able to do it at AM. Sunday 30. Please do not keep class on 25th, 26th, and 27th. We don't have any class on 25th, 26th, and 27th, right? Okay, so I'm just going to be sharing the dates now on Telegram for the lecture. So we're going to be doing it on Sunday, on weekend, either on 29th or 30 AM session. So I think we are doing a day 3 on. I think it's good on weekend. So weekend or weekday. Someone said like not 25, 26, and 27. So I'm keeping it on 24th, Monday, or we can do Sunday, 23rd. So 21st is gonna be day 2, and 23rd is gonna be our day 3. So that's there goes your schedule. You have it on Telegram, and there's not gonna be more than 100 people here. We still have like 9 people more to join. I don't know like if they joined or not, but the limit on 3-day workshop this year is gonna be only 100 people, right? So today I'm just gonna be talking a little bit about the order block. You guys already know what an order block is. So just showing you first page of our day 3, day first lecture. There's gonna be many slides like the way I did 3-day workshop day 1. So here just the introduction of the order block, but there's a lot of gems in the like the description. What is an order block, right? An order block is essentially a consolidation area where a price range where significant buying or selling orders have been executed in the past. So I'm going to be taking this word, specific word from here, consolidation, right? That's the origin. A consolidation, right, is starting basically the expansion. When price is doing consolidation, it provides opportunity. And in this, like we already learned how to use those opportunity by learning A plus turtle soup profile 1. Remember, we are chopping on the what time frame, then we are expecting turtle soup. So basically that, but this time we're not going to be looking at the whole choppy range anymore. We are basically going to be like, as soon as we spot a consolidation, that means what? We are getting ready for expansion. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to spot those high probability consolidation ranges that will lead you to expansion. And also going to be teaching you guys how to know this consolidation phase is going to be like not doing anything, because some of them are not doing anything. They're just like continuing the consolidation more longer. You never know when they're like getting out of it. So there are like 3 types of consolidation area. I'm not going to be going details on that. Day 1, I don't want, like, that's why I'm not releasing everything together. If they want to leak it, then it's going to be very hard for them this time. I chose people very selectively, keeping only 100 people, so I think we are safe this time. Consolidation area, a origin, a range bound price action is consolidation. This range bound price zone in price generates order block on higher time frame. So we're going to be focusing on consolidation. On lower time frame, it's going to create range bound high resistance price action. And as soon as you spot it, you'll be going over higher time frames. So suppose you saw a range bound price action on 1 minute chart, right? Then we are going to be shifting to like suppose 3 or 5 minute, because these are our entry time frames, right? If we are like talking about taking entry, then we are focusing on only 3 time frames, 1, 3, and 5 minute chart. We are not trading on 15 minute chart, because as soon as I think you are moving from 5 minute chart, you cannot call you a scalper, or can you? So I think you can't, right? So we're gonna be sticking with 1, 3, and gonna be showing you again. I told you I'm gonna be sharing 4 models on with order block, but first I will teach you the origin, how it forms, right, and all that good stuff. So a consolidation, folks, is not it's not something for you to avoid. This is very important when price does consolidation, because when it's doing consolidation, I'm just gonna give you like a small piece of the bread from day 1. Consolidation provides new opportunities. Before the expansion, you can really know if the consolidation is gonna be like worthwhile for you. And those little signatures I'm gonna be teaching you guys. A consolidation on higher time frame is an order block, and the order block, when price breaks out from that consolidation, that order block works as a support and resistance for price. Not every up close and down close candle in middle of a trend is a order block. No, there are certain criteria. Like a stop hunt always makes an order block high probability. So there goes your one profile. So there are 3 more profiles like that. When an order block is forming at a key level, again, gonna be sharing the key level, all those stuff in details on 16th May. Makes sense? So on 16th May, I'm gonna be teaching you guys like from the basic of the order block to the advanced, how I use it on chart, and how you're gonna be aligning order block with already learned models that we have, like breaker, inversion, turtle soup, how to align them with your newly learned model. Because what people do, like the majority, they learn a new concept, new theory, and they forget about what they learned in past. It's not good at all. If you cannot like mix your learning in your head, I don't think like you are yet there to call yourself a trader. Will always have to like find it out how to make your own personal trading model better. So this is not like a model alone. You really have to understand ICT stuff first, the basic stuff, to understand this order block. That's why I didn't teach it on day one. In 3-day workshop 2023. Also not yet in mentorship. This one takes time, right? So a consolidation is very important. And a consolidation is the origin of a order block. Makes sense? Consolidation will always lead us to expansion. A consolidation will give us 4 possible entry criteria. They're going to be coming in details in teaching. First of all, turtle soup, you guys already know. That's the beginning. Then there will be order block. That's what we're going to be learning here. Turtle soup we already learned. We already have 2 profiles. If I'm feeling generous enough, I have yet to share the turtle soup profile 3. I'm thinking about sharing it this time inside this 3-day workshop, right? So that's going to be, again, something new to the community. So first of all, turtle soup, we already covered it. Order block, that's what we're going to be focusing on. Okay, as soon as a turtle soup entry gets generated, as soon as you recognize that the manipulation part, you don't have to get into manipulation part to make more, like maximize your profit. You don't have to do that. Honestly, there are safe entries that you can do without taking the stress with this concept, with this order block inversion, right? See how easy it is to take an entry from inversion rather than like going with the turtle soup. It sounds good, right? Like getting it at the low, but it's very tough if you don't. As a beginner, that's what I'm saying. With time, it gets more easier. But for a beginner, these models will help you. These are going to be like your helping stick to make you fast with these all fastly moving candles. So turtle soup, then order block. That's what I'm going to be learning. And there are going to be 4 profiles. First one, basic order block profile. Second one, high probability profile again. So there are going to be a trend continuation order block profile. Also going to be a reversal order block profile that later turns into a breaker block. So breaker block, we already learned it, right? See how I covered everything else first and now aligning everything to this new teaching. So you're not basically like going over your head, of course. So that's going to be it. Right? Sounds good. Plan is good, right? So you guys will have to wait for this lecture to see. Again, I'm promising you something very nice. The way we did 3-day workshop previously, everything's gonna be coming like this, written with specific rules that you can like preserve for your whole life, or later you can teach the same stuff, right? And bless other people like I'm doing. Talking to the talking, like saying all those things to only one person who want to leak it. Like don't do that. It really affects me and those people who are here to learn. I already like always offer more than what you ask. So I want to keep it that way, right? So we are going to be doing our day 1 on 16th May. I hope everything is clear what we're going to be covering here. Everything's good. If you guys have any question, here you can ask me about the plans and stuff. I think everything's good. So just to like make you a little bit more excited, on order block on day 1, we're going to be going over like around 60 slides like this. So do you guys remember in day 1, in our previous workshop, day 1, it was like around 5 hour long. Remember, it was very nice. We went from like basic to the advanced, and that's how the order block is gonna be. Only order block, like it's very simple, right? It's just the last down close candle, last up close candle. No, there's more to it. There's always been more to it. So can't wait to share everything with you all on 16th. And most of you are my students already, right? You have been with me for so long. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing a live session inside our everyday live streaming group on at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's when I'm gonna be like catching you guys. Yes, the PDF slides are also gonna be free. This time I'm not gonna be charging you for PDFs extra. Last time, do you guys remember previous workshop? You had to pay for the PDF separately, right? But this time everything's coming together, really, really beneficial. So I'm gonna be giving you guys the slides. Okay, see, there's not even any signature of my name, nothing at all. I just want to give it to you. Like I put a lot of time making these beautiful things. Why I did that, so that it can stick with me forever as long as I'm trading. Also to you as a student, you can use them as your own. Of course you're paying for it, it's yours, right? But with a good respect and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. It was just a beginning warm up session, and we're gonna be going with on full speed on 16th May. That's gonna be a long lecture, very interesting one. You guys will enjoy it nonetheless. So can't wait to share everything with you all on 16th May, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be ready, be there with your popcorn, because basically you're just gonna be watching a movie for 3 to 4 hours, right? So thank you for being here today. And I'll be catching you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time inside our everyday live streaming group. Our first lecture is going to be on 16th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be our day 1. We'll be going over order block. We'll be sharing multiple profiles on order block, how to spot it, what are the conditions that makes it high probability, what are the rules, how to find it inside macro, all that question you can ask and you are thinking to ask. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'll catch you on 16th and tomorrow inside every the live streaming group. Until then, take care, good luck, good trading, and peace